It's the kid. 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 It's your boy Double H. 110. 1-10. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing 110. I know that the English media can't be fully accepted. I know that they say some crazy things, but literally, as I was about, because this video was about the Us. This video was about your boy Valverde. Shout out to your boy Valverde. This video was about all those guys, and I was literally about to, because this is going to be a Europa League preview, just a little Europa League free preview, because I've been having nightmares. So I need some reassurances. So I need some reassurance as to what the hell is going down, because I've been having nightmares about what's going to go down. But literally before I was making the thumbnail, I read that 110 has been agreed between Zad and Real Madrid. Now, you can't really believe or trust in English sources, because they definitely over elaborate things and everything. So I don't know how much truth there is. I will be shocked if Hazard stays. I believe that he is going. Like, all that is happening right now is about a fee. This is Hazard's last game. This is Hazard's last game. I don't see any kind of avenue or any kind of way that Hazard is the player next season. And I think everything is pointing to his stay, because just to be professional, you can't come out and be like, I'm definitely going to be good, because, I mean, that would be poor preparation if you say, yeah, I'm definitely going to go. We just want to agree the fee before you're playing a final. Before you're playing a final, shush. Because I was watching a Sky Sports thing, and like a media guy was actually putting the microphone in his ear, saying, "Oh, I used to." So I was like, "No, man, chill, bro. Let it do the right. Let it just do my thing. I'm not going to answer anything." So, but this is his final game, and I think what a way to bow out in a final, and everything is pointing towards Arsenal, guys. Like, I've been thinking about this long and hard and so forth. And you see, I can't analyze a game and bring in luck. That's not how you professionally analyze a game. I can't say, well, if Chelsea are lucky and Arsenal are lucky and that they miss, then there's no point. Because the whole point of this being football and this being the home of football analysis is, bro, next person that insults Zad's valuation, I'm throwing out there, Zad is worth 278. Minimum 270. Minimum 270. So don't bring me that 70 mil crap. So look, don't even do that. So the thing about this is that everything is in Arsenal's favor. Arsenal do not have any major players injured or missing. Arsenal have two of their top strikers who pretty much were pivotal in them getting to the final, both starting their game. Emery is experienced in this game as well. When Arsenal played Chelsea twice, in the first game that Arsenal played Chelsea, Arsenal actually just missed chances. And then Arsenal won the second game. So tactically, I believe Emery has Sarri figured out. So Sarri needs to change up. Emery doesn't need to change anything. Emery doesn't need to change anything. It is for Sarri to say to himself that, all right, you know what? I have to figure out something new here. I have to figure out something new here. And I am just assuming. I am assuming that Kante is injured. I'm assuming that Kante is injured. Loftus-Cheek is already injured. So Loftus-Cheek is out. I'm assuming that Kante is injured. So literally, and this is where it's crazy, this literally is about Hazard. Hazard is literally Chelsea's only hope. Yes, pun intended, he's their only hope. But if you're Arsenal, all you have to do is just double team Hazard. Double team him, triple team him, and he's screwed. So because just think about it. So let's say Hazard plays in his normal position out wide left. All Arsenal have to do is double team him. Who's he going to pass to? Pedro? Willian, Giroud, Barkley. Because the whole point of like, if you double team like the star player, like, similar to basketball, you do double team that star player, boom, it frees up all other guys. Because what you normally try to do is that because you never want to see a star player in an isolated situation one-on-one, you try to double team it. Hence why that's what they always do with Messi. Because Messi, like, boom, I'm going to attract a double team, a triple team, and that will allow me to give the ball to this dude, give the ball to that dude. But there's nobody for Hazard to pass to. There's nobody of any quality that Hazard can pass to, and that guy can do something quality. And so that is a tough situation. So it's going to be very difficult. And I just think that for Chelsea, it's going to be a case of where it's going to be like a defensive crack. You've got to roll in defensively, and you've got to go for the counter. I think Chelsea have got to try to play a counter game. And if you're Arsenal, you mustn't fall for that trap. Because if Arsenal fall for the trap of like, oh, let's break them down, let's have position, and let's play a high line, then that's crazy. I think if Arsenal are smart and Chelsea now sitting behind, Arsenal must be like, let's just be nicely conservative. Let's be nicely conservative, and let's just see how we ride. Let's just see how we ride. Let's just see how we ride. So if he does that, then that is how they will not really fall into the trap. Don't worry, I've seen your super chats. I'm going to get, guys, don't worry. We'll talk about Europa League. I'm going to talk about your boy Valverde. I'm going to talk about Barcelona. I'm going to talk about Neymar. Okay? Don't worry. It's a good show. I've got my glass of water here. It's a good show. I'm saving my malt for the tomorrow. So just let you guys know, remember, I think I'll talk to you guys much more about it. There's this movie app that I'm partnering called Curator, Qurator. I'll tell you more about it. It's a great movie app. I'll tell you more about it maybe through the live show, and I'll give you a link towards it so you can view it. It's an amazing app, Curator app, about reviewing films. If you're into films, get that app. The shop is open, Half of Football Hot Shop. Get your match, bada bing, bada boom. And also remember, tomorrow, the Chelsea match, me and Deva will going live. Deva, Arsenal fan, me, Chelsea, we're going live, and that's when I'm going, zaz. So, it's going to be a case of where for Chelsea, how do they get Zad in dangerous positions in order to create something for Pedro and for Giroud? That's what he has to do. If he can get into great positions that he can create things for Giroud and for your boy Giroud and for your boy Pedro, then that's where something can happen. But 100%, no Kante, no Loftus-Cheek, everything rests on Hazard. If Hazard isn't effective in the game, Chelsea have no chance of winning the game. That is why I'm so scared. Because Arsenal can look towards Aubameyang or Lacazette. And what are the chances that Lacazette and Aubameyang both have bad games? Not very likely. And also, you've also got Zil as well. So Zil can write down as well. So everything is counted against. And also, I just saw this on social media, but so Higuain tried to injure David Luiz. Let me be very clear here. I'm doing a stream over this game with Devil. And this is what I just said to Devil when we met. If I see Higuain starting, stop stream. Simple as that. If I see Higuain start that game, I'm stopping the stream immediately. I don't care what anyone says. If I see him there, I'm going to stop that stream immediately. I triple dare Higuain. I triple dare Sarri to start Higuain. Because first of all, you're rubbish. First of all, you're a Class A brick. And you're trying to injure players? So it's not bad enough that you're a useless striker. You're trying to actually injure players. So you're trying to sacrifice this team before they actually play. No. Higuain must not sniff this pitch. Because if Giroud is breaking it up or Giroud is injured, okay, fair enough. Put that as a false nine. There is no way that Higuain must sniff that pitch. No way. Like, it must not happen. But for me, I just feel like, guys, I think we're looking at a 3-1 Arsenal. I think we're looking at the 3-1 now. I was speaking to your boy Ford from the Hangouts, and he's confident. He's confident, and he says that that Chelsea can really ride. So Ford really believes that Chelsea can win it. And I was like, bro, where do you come from? But he actually says that he's 9 out of 10 confident Chelsea can somehow win, which I think is crazy. But I think, you know what? Chelsea, I mean, this being Hazard's last game it's big. It is big, man, because Hazard has been one of the best players in the Premier League, and I think his impact on Chelsea has been huge. I believe his impact isn't as great as Drogba. I think Drogba is Chelsea's greatest player of all time, and Drogba is, for me, this might be a different conversation which I have. I think Drogba might be the most clutchest player in history. I think an argument can maybe that Drogba is the most clutchest player in history. So that is a whole separate conversation to be had. So let me just get through to these super chats before we go to anything. So Taku NN, thank you very much for your super chats. £2 super chats. Thank you very much, bro. So Taku NN says, as a Kule, I would like to see Messi, Neymar, and the front three. Let me tell you this right now. I'm not sure that Neymar will come back to Barcelona, but if you give me a fully fit Messi and Neymar as a front three, bro, I mean, that done deal, because I've already told you about the Us just has never been fully fit. So even the games that the Us has played, how fit has he been? So the only thing about the Us is that he is obviously struggling with maybe an injury or something, because maybe the games that he's been playing, he's not actually been fully fit. See, I told you that Neymar, go and be Messi's side piece, because if you can't be a main guy and deliver a CL, what was the point? The whole point of you going to PSG was to deliver a CL. So if you can deliver a CL for PSG, go back to Barcelona and be Messi's side piece. Yes, I said it. Be his flipping side piece, okay? So no, that's front three. Because people will say, okay, if you give me Neymar, the Us, and Leo, then who is the main strikers? Remember, when they had Henry, Eto'o, and Messi, Eto'o was a striker, Henry was a striker. When they had Villa, Pedro, and Messi, David Villa was a striker. When they had Cannibal, again, people said height problems. When they had Cannibal, Messi and Neymar, Cannibal was a striker, and that's when he was key. You have to have a guy who's a striker, whether it be Eto'o, whether it be Ibrahimovic, whether it be David Villa, whether it be a pick Cannibal. So the issue with that, and I think your boy has said height problems, is none of them are out-and-out strikers. None of them are out-and-out strikers. And do you want to go through an entire season doing a false nine? Do you want to go? And somebody has said it now. If you put Mbappe in the mix, so if you give me Mbappe, Messi, and the Us, then I mean, boom. Because like Barcelona's priority, they need a striker, but they need a striker who can play in this team. If you put Lacazette, if you give me Lacazette and Messi and the Us, that's huge, because a Barcelona striker is obviously, you need to be good at finishing, but you need to be good on the ball. A Barcelona striker has to be good in retaining possession, but they have to be good on the ball. They can't just be a pure finisher. They have to know how to play within the system, but they have to be good with their ball at their feet. So an Aubameyang wouldn't work. An Aguero wouldn't necessarily work. But someone like a Lacazette would be great, would be quality. Someone like a Mbappe, perhaps, maybe. I'm not too sure how good his footwork is. Could perhaps work. From Sadragon. So Sadragon says, what on the streets is Dembele plus cash Neymar is possible? So you say that the Us. So if you're Barcelona, do you do the Us plus cash with PSG? Now, if I'm Barcelona, yes, I do that. If PSG are happy with that, because I don't think PSG are happy with that, but let's say PSG entertain that deal, you're getting a Neymar who we know can play with the Barcelona, but he's actually even grown even better and gotten better. I'm doing that deal. If I'm Barcelona, if I'm PSG, I'm not doing that deal. I'm not. Because, okay, I bring in the Us, so okay, I have the Us, Cavani, and Mbappe. Can the Us and Mbappe play? I'm not sure. And I think Neymar, when fit, is very important to PSG. And there's a whole marketing and branding thing. So if I'm PSG, I don't do that deal. Hell no. If you're Barcelona, that's a bloody amazing deal. The US plus, give all the other guys plus Oscars, who cares? Neymar, boom. I think that's a great deal for them. So Valverde apparently is staying now. This is what I heard. Now, guys, tell me if I'm wrong. I read that Barcelona were having a crisis meeting. And the crisis meeting was Valverde is out. That's what I heard. That's what I heard, that Valverde is out. So apparently Valverde is staying. You know what? If Valverde is sacked, I don't think he should be sacked, but I get it. I get it. You know, if he's sacked, cool, I get it. You know, the manner in which they lost that second leg, I don't think he was all to blame. You have to shoulder some of the blame. Not beating Valencia in the Copa del Rey, you could have had a double. He shouldn't take all the blame. You've got to shoulder some of the blame. So if Valverde was to be sacked, cool. But if Valverde stays, Barca fans, another you hate him, he's a prick, it's all his fault. But let's just say if he stays. If he stays, get a striker. Let's look at that Liverpool game. Barca had chances. This is what I always say with managers. A manager doesn't do his job if the team he puts out don't create chances. Your only job as a manager is, can I create a setup where my team can create chances and opportunities to score? Once you do that, your job is done. If the players miss those chances, how's that your fault? Are you telling me that Alba didn't have a one-on-one in that first half in the second leg? Are you going to tell me that the Cannibal Suarez didn't have another one-on-one in the second half in that game? They both had one-on-ones. And players of that level should put those away. So how is that Valverde's fault? So my thing is that if Valverde stays, get rid of Coutinho. Try and go for Mbappe. Take a look at Eriksen, maybe. Get a striker. Whether it be Mbappe, whether you're trying to go for Aguero, whether you want to go for Kane, whether you could go for Icardi. Because look, I know that there may be still some beef between Icardi and your boy, Messi. As of right now, who's the better striker, Icardi or the Cannibal Suarez? Tell me. I know that in 2019, I'm picking Icardi over the Cannibal Suarez. Cannibal Suarez obviously has had a much better career than him, but in 2019, who are you going to pick? Of course, you're going to pick this dude. So, Barcelona's issue isn't Valverde. Okay, guys, let's keep it real. If, let's say, Barcelona had Pochettino in charge this season, or they had Pep, name whatever manager you had, but they had the same exact team. Are you telling me that if they had a different manager, Coutinho would be better? That the Cannibal would be better? The Cannibal is just declining. That's just what happens with strikers. He is just naturally declining. He's not as sharp, he's not as quick, and his finishing has declined. With Coutinho, it obviously doesn't fit. I think Malcolm has been decent, but is Malcolm a tier 2 player? Is Malcolm an upper tier 2 player? Malcolm is a good player. He's not great. Barcelona need great players. David Villa was great. Pedro in 2011 was great. Henry was great. Eto'o was great. These were great players. Coutinho is not a great player. Cannibal is no longer a great player. The Us, I believe, is great, but he's still developing and he has injury issues. So the issue is personnel, is players. Sergio Busquets is getting old. Piqué, as we've seen, he's declining. Because we look at that game again. Was that really all about Valverde, or was it also about defensive mistakes? Piqué made defensive mistakes. Busquets made the first goal that Liverpool scored in that second leg was an Alba mistake. How was that Valverde's fault? Alba made a mistake. His back pass, that was a weak back pass, led to Liverpool scoring that G. So how, again, is it all Valverde's flipping fault? I don't get it, because Yes, I've always said, of course he should take some blame. Of course, he should have made Barca be much more attacking, be much more confident, play much more on the front foot, while getting the balance of defense. But of course, you have to take some blame. Change of, don't put so much faith in a Coutinho, put more faith in Malcolm. Of course, you could do that. But at the end of the day, I watched the games. If the players can't put away those chances, then what the hell can you do? If the players can't put away the chances that you're giving them, what the hell can you do? So how will a different manager make Coutinho better? How will a different manager make the Cannibal score those things? So I still believe that Valverde is going to get sacked. I don't know how Valverde stays because I feel there is so much toxicity amongst Barca fans, especially for Valverde, that I don't know how he says. But my thing about it is, okay, see, if Barcelona sack Valverde and they get Pochettino, but you don't get a striker, and you keep Coutinho, how are you going to win the Champions League? Liverpool are going to be a threat. I believe Liverpool are going to go into the next season as the Champions League defenders, and they're going to be a threat. Real Madrid are going to revamp. Bayern Munich are going to revamp. These guys are all going to be revamped. Who knows who Juve are going to get? Man City are going to go again. If Pep is there, they're going to go again. So for Barcelona, if you don't get yourself a striker, are you going to beat Man City? Are you going to beat? I don't think you're going to beat Liverpool. Maybe Real Madrid will now be ready to test that change. So you going into the next season with a new manager, but still with the same team, without a quality striker. So do you expect Messi to carry the team yet again for another season? What he's done this season is crazy. Hence why I say there is a strong argument to give the Ballon d'Or to Messi, because how this guy has individually carried this team is insane. It is insane how much this guy has carried this freaking team. Hence why I said, like, I'm putting him on the review just based on look. I just have to put him on the review. I've got to go act, but it's not his fault. He did the best that he could. But Messi has realized that, Leno, you can't single-handedly win this, because let's go back. 2009, you had Eto'o and Henry. You didn't do it all yourself. 2011, you had David Villa and Pedro. You didn't do it all yourself. 2015, you had Neymar and Pique, but you did it all yourself. And in those 3 Champions League wins, who did you also have? Xavi and Iniesta. And as people have always said, Iniesta was extremely important to this team. People have said Xavi was extremely important to this team. So it's never realistic to sing, like, actually, if Messi has single-handedly won a treble, playing like how he played with the bricks around him, I would have considered making him a horseman. I would have traditionally made him a horseman. So, like this is a beautiful football. Ajax played beautiful football against Tottenham. Where did that get them? Sometimes you need to be smart. Ajax played great football in that game, in those 2 legs against Tottenham, but they lost the game. You can't play beautiful football all the flipping time. So another super chat here from Thash Ahmed. Barca needs to plan for life without Messi. 100%. I mean, Barcelona have always had the next big star. Always, Romario, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, so forth, name and everything. I don't think the Us is the next main star. I think he's definitely up there. So if Messi leaves and Barcelona are not housing either the best player or one of the best players in the world, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult indeed. Because Real Madrid trust me, Real Madrid are definitely plotting a course for Mbappe or Neymar. I'm telling you right now, I will be not surprised if in 2 seasons' time we see Neymar in a Real Madrid jersey. I'm not sure whether I'm not sure that Neymar would go back to Barcelona. See now, let me. The only way Neymar goes back to Barcelona is if Messi leaves. Then Neymar goes back to Barcelona. That is the only way Neymar will go back to Barcelona. Neymar will go back to Barcelona if he leaves. If he's still there, For me, I see Neymar in Real Madrid. I believe that Real Madrid, they're just trying to find the right time and see where things are going. Real Madrid are looking at Neymar or Mbappe. Because if Mbappe or Neymar joins Real Madrid, that changes the entire stuff. Because there will be a power shift. When Messi leaves, well, we're going to see a power shift. We're going to see a power shift. Messi is irreplaceable. He's irreplaceable. Because remember, guys, this Messi, let's keep it real. This Messi era we'll never see again. We will never see a player dominate the world of football the way that this guy has, of club football. We'll never see it again. This has never been seen before. This guy has arguably been the best club football player for over a decade. That's unheard of. So Barcelona, I don't think you guys understand how good you've had it. You've had arguably the best club football player for the best part of a decade. So, because I've been thinking about this for many months. That's why I think I was even doing videos about it. I was about to say, my God, when Messi leaves Barcelona, everything changes. Because he can never be replaced. You will never get a player of that level giving you that consistency over a decade. It will never happen. So it will change. And I believe Messi, see, my mindset was always that Messi will go to Newell's Old Boys and retire. But I was watching that Copa del Rey final and I was looking at how Messi was speaking to Bartomeu. And when I just looked at just Messi's body language to Bartomeu, I think Messi's mindset, because I think Messi, you know what? Messi always thought Iniesta and Xavi would be here forever. That guys will keep on winning trophies again and again because this is special. Messi never really thought that Xavi and Iniesta would leave. So Messi's now, you know what? Bartomeu, where's the player recruitment? I can't work with Coutinho. Coutinho doesn't work with me. Yeah, I'm good friends with the cannibal. Homeboy can't finish. Malcolm is not cutting it. The Us is good, but how fit is the dude? So Messi's like, if you're not going to give me talent, yo, Man City, what up? Bayern Munich, what up? I don't want to go, but what's happening? What's happening? So the guy who's really under pressure is Bartomeu. Because if you don't have a plan of, who are Barca going for? Now I'm hearing that Delete is going to Man United. So who are they going for? If Barcelona lays up their boots and they still have Coutinho and thingy, because look, I'm not being biased, man. If Barcelona give me Samuel Chokeze and Us or someone else, okay. So we'll get back to that Barca talk. I want to talk Neymar. Neymar is not injured for the Copa America, guys. Guys, so basically this is what's going to happen. So I am trying to hopefully go on a holiday for a few days. So hopefully don't miss me, but I'm hopefully going to go on a holiday for a few days next week. Because look, man, so basically after the Champions League final, after I do that, I want to just wind down, chill, relax, and then pretty much go on a holiday and just chill out, man. So that's what I plan to do, man. When I'm back, I'll still be doing videos. We're probably going to try and do the live show every day just to keep abreast of the transfers. June 15th is when it starts. End of June is obviously the Nations Cup. June 15th is when Copa America starts. I fully expect. Let me take a sip of my water. I fully expect. Oh, bro. Thank you, bro. Guys, let me just put this out there before I get into my Neymar Copa America thing, man. You know, I'm a one man. I only do one. I am literally a one man crew. I'm a one man crew, and literally I do the filming, I do the promotion, I do the editing, I do everything. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have an editor. I don't have a guy. I am literally my whole crew. And the thing about it is that people say, okay, why don't you do stuff with other people and everything? But literally, I I actually like it like this. Even if it's hard, I love relying on myself. There's nothing worse than when you have to rely on other people and they let you down. There's nothing worse when you're giving so much of an effort and people don't give you that much of an effort. Because I've had this with other people before. So that's what I was saying is, bro, this guy says you don't need a crew. Bro, you try, no, that's what people say. You try doing the camera work, the editing, and putting things up together, the organization, the scheduling, whilst also having a day job as well. I have a day job as well. So I've got to fit in my day job while making sure that you guys have consistent content almost every single day, tweeting news, updating websites. For one man doing that, that's crazy. So you say that you could, I'd like to see you try to do that. But for me, I like working this way because so because I prefer working this day, man. Because for me, it just means that I can rely on myself. Because I mean, people correctly, I don't really like having to rely on other people, because I've been there before. I've tried to work in a group, and it just never works for me. And this is the reason why this place has been happening is because it's basically because I've been able to push myself through. My day job, I work as a program editor for a TV channel, and I also work as a sports analyst. So I'm like a sports analyst and a program editor from for a TV channel, basically. So basically that is my day job pretty much. And how I got the job was through my YouTube channel, because when I went for the interview, they saw my YouTube channel and they knew that, oh wow, they know my stuff. And then I was like, yep, there we go. And then that's how I was able to get my job. And the beauty about the job is that I pick my hours, so I can choose what days I want to work. So then that's how I'm able to fit in everything. Because what I want to not try to do is have a live show every day at a specific time. And I'm looking at having this live show at 9:30 BST every single time. So 9:30 every single time, have a live show, because I think what would be good is it's like a TV channel where you guys be like, boom, without fail, 9:30 live show. Let's get a malt, let's get a meal. Your boy HH will be riding through there. So yeah, man. So back to the whole Neymar situation, man. Back to the whole Neymar situation. Oh, that's a very good thing, man. Yo, your boy Jason Ramos. I forgot about the whole Sergio Ramos thing. Have you got to Sergio Ramos? I'll get to Sergio Ramos. So Neymar is playing now Copa America. I don't care what anyone says. Neymar is playing that flipping Copa America. Actually, before I get to Neymar, let me just deal with this super chat here. So super chat here from Shan Shergill. So Shan Shergill says, HH in Barcelona is philosophy over results. Valverde out. Interesting. So if Barcelona, wait. So tell me that. So let's say Barcelona won the treble playing defensive conservative football. Valverde would still get sacked. That makes no flipping sense, bro. Sean, that makes no sense. Trust me. Barcelona fans would be very happy with that treble playing defensive conservative roadman football. As long as they had that treble because they really wanted it. Because Messi said, no, I want this thing. And Messi didn't care how the hell they got that thing. He said, let's just get that trophy and I'm good. So for Messi, it was let's just get that trophy. Let's just get that flipping trophy and he would be happy with it. He would be 100% happy with it. So yeah, philosophy over results makes no flipping sense. From Johan's LFC, thank you very much for your super chats. Roberto Baggio or Maldini, greatest Italian player? I don't. I think a better case is for Baresi, but between those two, you got to go with Maldini for longevity, because I prefer Baggio, because one of my first ever most powerful memories ever was Baggio missing the penalty in 94. That was one of the, like, I remember I was in Nigeria. I was in my living room, and I remember Baggio missed the penalty and him crying and everything. That is one of the most powerful images in history. And Baggio was amazing. I told you, Baggio, he knocked us out. I remember remember, Italy were down to 10 men. We were winning 1-0. And Baggio scored in the 90th minute to equalize and take the game to extra time, and he scored again. Baggio in that World Cup was amazing. Baggio literally carried Italy to that final. Hence why it made no sense that Baggio would miss that penalty, because that was why it was such a big deal when he missed the penalty, because he was one of the best players. Basically, it was between him and Romario were the two best players at that World Cup. But Romario had Brazil. Baggio was carrying a pretty okay Italy team. Not a great Italy team, but a pretty okay Italy team. So when he set up with the penalty, people were like, nah, man, easily. So when he missed the penalty and he went over the bar, is one of the most shocking moments in history. So I would say, objectively speaking, Maldini is a greater player, but I prefer Baggio more because Baggio was a huge part of my growing up. Like, Baggio is my childhood. Baggio was a massive part of me growing up. So let's get back to Neymar. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. This World Cup is in Brazil, yes? Correct me if I'm wrong. Neymar has yet to win a major trophy for Brazil, yes? The Olympics don't count. The Olympics don't count. Even if Neymar is injured, bro, uninjure yourself and lace up for that Copa America, because, guys, let me paint a narrative. Vinicius is in that squad, isn't he? I need confirmation. Is Vinicius in that Brazil squad? Is Vinicius Junior in that? I need confirmation. Is Vinicius Junior in that Brazil squad? What? He's not. Willian is Vinicius isn't injured, bro. Vinicius isn't injured. I don't think Vinicius is injured. So if he's injured, that's crazy. But if Willian has taken his place, that is disgusting. If Willian has taken his place, that is absolutely flipping disgusting. Because painting a narrative, if, let's say, Coutinho or David Neres somehow inspires and leads Brazil to Copa America glory, that would look very bad on Neymar's resume. Also, Dani Alves is now the captain, so Neymar has been stripped of the captaincy, and the captaincy has now been given to Dani Alves. So already, that's already a big break. And that David Neres looks very good. Why is Fabinho not in the squad? And I'm going to say, how is Fabinho not in the squad? Because, but maybe for people, I think Tite is still the manager. He's like, let me go to the players I trust. So for him, he trusts Willian, he trusts Coutinho, he trusts Casemiro. But even if you have players you trust, there has to be a level of meritocracy. Fabinho has had a fantastic season for Liverpool. First off, he struggled. Once Fabinho found his footing, he's had a fantastic season for Liverpool. So Fabinho should definitely be in that Brazil team. And Casemiro didn't do too great at the World Cup, bro. He didn't do too great at the World Cup. But Brazil have to win this Copa America because they are far and away the strongest team on their home soil. Uruguay, they're coming to the end of the cycle. Colombia just don't have those kinds of players. Apart from Colombia and Uruguay, I'm not even mentioning Argentina. Let me be real. This is in Brazil. Who are Brazil's biggest rivals? Who are Brazil's biggest rivals? That's right, Argentina. We know how hopeless Argentina is. Let me paint a picture. Imagine Argentina win the Copa America on Brazilian soil. And Messi wins it on Brazilian soil. Do you know how crazy that would be? For me, it's not happening. Like, Argentina are hopeless. And Messi... This is something that people just have to accept. And I've said it before, but I'll just say it again. Messi is never, ever winning a major trophy with Argentina. Let me say that one more time. Lionel Olusegun Obasanjo, Messi, is never winning a major trophy with Argentina. That is either a World Cup or a Copa America. It's never happening. So I just turn out for Lapo, but that's never happening. But Neymar better be fit for this, or homeboy is flipping screwed. So Jeffrey, thank you very much for the super chats, Jeffrey. So Jeff says, Neymar over Ronaldinho. Let's talk about it. There's nothing to talk about. Because two things: either you're trolling by coming out with that complete and utter crap, or you're sick in the head. So Jeffrey, choose. Are you sick in the head or are you trolling? Because don't you dare mention that crap on this live chat. Neymar over Ronaldinho. Are you sick in the head? Are you sick in the head? Do you know who Ronaldinho is? Like, I'm not putting Neymar over Romario. I'm not putting Neymar over Rivaldo. I'm not putting Neymar over sorry, I'm not putting Neymar over Romario or Rivaldo. Don't you dare mention him in the same breath as Ronaldinho. If you even think of Neymar's name next to R9, I'm going to fight you. Because, guys, I told you. Guys, relax. The Ronaldo video is coming. I know, 5 years in the making. The Ronaldo video is coming. The Ronaldo video is coming already. The R9 video is coming. It's coming. It's coming. Don't do that. You know. Someone mentioned something very interesting. Neymar is a better player than Kaka. And as I've always said, Kaka is overrated. Has Neymar ever helped to define a club the way that Kaka did for AC Milan in that section? Let's talk about it. Has Neymar ever been a star for a team the way that Kaka was for AC Milan at that time? Let's talk about it. Because I was like, look, Neymar is the better player. Like Neymar times was the better player. But I mean, look at this clown. Look at this. See, it's this rubbish that just pisses me off. I said, has he ever defined a team? This dude brings up PSG. So you're comparing League O to the Serie A back then? It's like, wait, do people sniff glue before they come onto this stuff? You're really comparing League O to when the Serie A was one of the biggest leagues back then, when it was really about AC Milan, Juventus, Inter was saying something, Roma was saying, I mean, what? Are you sick? Bro, this guy is actually doubling down. Guys, can you please get at this? I'm not going to mention your name. I'm not going to mention your flipping name. Guys, get at this clan. This guy is saying that what Neymar is doing for PSG is on the same level as what Kaka was doing for AC Milan. It's in a harder team. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Kaka win a Champions League with AC Milan? Let me just say, did Kaka win a Champions League with AC Milan? has Neymar won a Champions League with PSG? Because that 2015 Champions League doesn't count. That 2015 Champions League, you had arguably one of the greatest players of all time in Messi, and you had a Pete Cannibal, who was at the time the best striker in the world. For AC Milan, AC Milan was literally Kaka and Shevchenko. That was it. It was literally those two. You could argue Inzaghi. Inzaghi wasn't the best striker, bro. Inzaghi wasn't the best striker in the world. He was a decent striker and everything. Inzaghi wasn't the best striker. Okay, and Andrea. Okay. I give you Andrea. Guys, you're right. Okay, they had Andrea. They had Andrea. You know what? 14, I didn't want you to block him because I'm happy with guys saying, as long as what you say isn't racist or offensive, let guys talk freely so I can attack them. So James and Fortune only block guys that are abusive, racist, or insultive in a rude way. But if people say no, let them say anything they want, and then I'm going to attack you. I'll fully attack you. So don't ride like that, man. So like Neymar is a fashion icon. That's what he is. You're a fashion icon. You're a fashion icon. So don't put Neymar in the same title as Ronaldinho defined football at that period. But like, we're not even talking about him doing it. Let's talk about Kaka and Neymar. Let's talk about Kaka and Neymar. Neymar, doesn't matter what you do in Ligue 1, that's a monopoly. When AC Milan during Kaka's time, Serie A wasn't a monopoly. It was a competitive league. AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan, Roma were all on pretty much equal footing. So it was competitive. So from like 04 to 07, it was competitive, man. So Josh Bond, super chat from Josh Bond. So Josh Bond says, Ronaldo over Neymar, don't ask me. What Ronaldo are you referring to? Are you referring to Cristiano? I suppose. So Josh, are you referring to Cristiano or the GOAT? Give me clarity, Josh. Are you referring to Cristiano or are you referring to the GOAT? If you're referring to the GOAT, there's no point in even. Okay, so you're referring to Cristiano. Neymar is the better player, but I'm putting Cristiano over Neymar. Yes. Better player is saying, but yeah, Cristiano over Neymar, yes. Because Cristiano has done more and achieved more. And Cristiano is a much better professional. I have no time for people who are obsessed with fashion. Yes, Cristiano does do stuff in his underwear. But one thing I always say with Cristiano is this. I may think he's arrogant. He may pluck his eyebrows. Cristiano, I respect that dude's professionalism. Like, in a final, I'm looking to Cristiano. I'm not looking to Messi. I may look to Neymar because he always has the skill, and Neymar does have a psychology for a final. But a guy, Cristiano, is who gets it. Like, Cristiano gets the occasion. He is ready to, okay, yeah, this is real right now. I'm not shying away. Let's roll. The only thing that will let Cristiano down is he just doesn't have that technical ability. I've always said the greatest player of all time is if you mix Cristiano's mentality with Messi's talent, which is probably what Maradona was. Maradona was that dude because Maradona had the mentality, the professionalism, and the grit of a Cristiano, and he had the talent and skill set of a Messi, which is what made Maradona the GOAT and the great. Hence why I'm looking forward so much to that Maradona doc coming out in June, because a friend of my office colleague, he actually worked on the doc, and that doc looks really good. Because think about Maradona is, because whenever I mention Maradona, everyone always comes out with, drug addicts, he's a drug, he slings. Like, okay, yeah, he did it, but the beauty of Maradona, and I think that's the beauty of these great people, is like they are they're not perfect. And us as people, I can't connect with someone who's perfect. I connect with someone who's imperfect because I am imperfect myself. I'm extremely imperfect. The reason one of my biggest issues with Messi is he lacks character. This Messi is ridiculously talented, one of the most talented football players of all time. What Messi can do is insane, and his dominance over football is something that we'll never ever say again. But Messi he doesn't have that mentality. He just doesn't have that mentality. That mentality just isn't really there. And whenever the going gets tough, I don't want Messi on my team. I don't want to. Like in a physical game, in a talk game, I don't want Messi on my team. Because Messi just doesn't know how to get down that. And that's because Messi will always rely on his talent. If his talent doesn't put him through, Messi doesn't understand how to grind, go deep. So Jeffrey, again with the super chats, Pirlo or Xavi. Now, I did a football battle on this. This is my thing about Pirlo and Xavi. Both great midfielders, both one of the best midfielders of all time. I had the privilege of watching Pirlo live because when I went to the Nigeria-Italy friendly in 2014. And the thing about this is that Xavi was amazing, but Xavi was a system player. Could Xavi do what he did without those certain players? Because let's be real, Barcelona was Spain and Spain was Barcelona. So Xavi played in the same exact system for both Spain and Barcelona. Pirlo did what he did for Italy, AC Milan, Juventus. 3 different teams, 3 different systems, 3 different sets of players around him. I think about Pirlo is Pirlo gave you goal scoring as well, and Pirlo's range of passing was better. So, as far as play, possession of the ball and creativity, Pirlo and Xavi are pretty much the same. I would argue that Pirlo, as people have said, Pirlo is probably better defensively. Xavi was horrible at shooting. How many goals did Xavi score? Pirlo was arguably one of the best free kick takers at the time, and his shooting, look at his long range shots were damn amazing. So Pirlo was a better shooter than him, so Pirlo could give you something attacking wise. And how many times could Pirlo do a 70-yard cross-field pass? How many times could he easily switch play? So, and also Pirlo produced the best through ball under pressure in the biggest game of all time. Pirlo's through ball to Grosso in the 2006 World Cup semi-final on Germany's home ground is the clutchest through ball I've ever seen in my life. Is the what's it called? Yeah. GG man. So for me, Xavi's amazing. Pirlo is in a whole other level, and I saw it live. Nigeria against Italy. First half, Nigeria were playing well, we were doing really good, and everything was friendly. When Pirlo came on, just seeing Pirlo change the whole dynamic of the game, I was like, oh my. Just seeing it in real, I was like, my gosh, I feel privileged to see what this guys do. Because growing up, when I was playing football, my position was central midfield. So, you know how whenever we play, we look at the positions that we play much more closely. So, if you played striker, you look at the strikers more. If you play defenders, you look at the defenders more. So, whenever I watch football, the players I look for at most are central midfielders, which is why it's very hard for me to explain why Riquelme is so amazing unless he played central midfield. Anybody who's played central midfield know why Riquelme is so amazing at what he does. So, when I look at what Pirlo does and how he's able to have such crazy vision and be able to ping passes crossfield 70, 40 yards, and how he's able to play at his own pace. He's always relaxed, he never rushes, and how he is always able to find that space. And I was like, damn, that's amazing, because I've played central midfield before and I know how hard that is to do what he flipping does. So I think that is just, so for me, Pirlo over Xavi. So Jeffrey again with another super chat. Jeffrey, let's talk, Jeffrey. So Jeffrey says, Adel Tarabt is the most naturally gifted player of the generation. The streets will never forget the definition of mercurial. Do you know who Tarapt reminds me of? Charisma. And it's funny bringing it up because Tarapt reminds me. See, Tarapt is why Ronaldinho is so amazing. Because Tarapt's career is how Ronaldinho's career was supposed to go. Because street football players are not supposed to walk in 11-a-side. When you look at the stuff that Tarapt can do, there was one goal that Tarapt scored where he basically dribbled two guys by doing that roll over the ball. And I think he then scored with the outside of his foot. I was like, bro, that's like that's a street goal. So basically, Tarapt on a weather pitch on the park would be bloody amazing, because that guy was just naturally gifted. Like skill level, he was really amazing. And that's like Ronaldinho. But the reason why Tarapt didn't have a great career is like, you need to be able to be more than just a street baller. But what made Ronaldinho so amazing was Ronaldinho was able to have that Tarapt skill, but make it effective on a football pitch. Because you're not supposed to be successful at 11-a-side if you're playing in a street football kind of way. That's not how it's supposed to work. Hence why a lot of players that you see who are very skillful in street football don't try those skills or play in those ways. So they don't play in those ways in an 11-a-side. So the fact that Didier was able to somehow bring aspects of street football onto the pitch was... Do you know that Dino, like, okay, a few minutes until this and this hour thing, man. Do you know that Dino flicked the ball up? Do you know how you hold the ball on your chest like this? You control it. He did that in a game. So two guys were around him, and he had the ball on his chest like this, and he was controlling it up and down like this. I was like, bro, you can't do that on an 11-a-side pitch. That's disrespectful. You know, that is utterly flipping disrespectful. So, no, Dino was different. And I think the reason why what makes Dino so unique is that there's never been a player like him. There's never been a player who brought street football to 11-a-side and been successful. Because there are many guys who brought street football in aspects, but they were never a Ballon d'Or winner. They were never seen as the best, which is why people have such a close affinity for Ronaldinho. Because especially a lot of street footballers, in their minds, like, no, Ronaldinho is the greatest player of all time because he spoke our language. Like, people will respect Messi, they respect Ronaldo, they respect Zidane, they respect Pele and everything. But what makes Ronaldinho set apart is like, no, Ronaldinho brought that 5-a-side psychology to 11-a-side. Because I remember I was watching this Rooney documentary, and it was about basically 5-a-side. And these guys were really good. These are 5-a-side guys in England. And they asked this student, "Oh, you're so skillful. Why didn't you do 11-a-side?" And he said that 11-a-side is too boring. Like, once I did 11-a-side, they took all the fun away. Like, I find 5-a-side a lot more fun. And that's the truth of a lot of people, that they stop playing 11-a-side because they're not allowed to do the same kind of skills, and they're not able to adapt their game to 11-a-side. But the reason what makes Dino so amazing is that Dino was able to still bring that fun aspect. That's why he was playing always with a smile on his face. Which is why I said, look, man, I respect Messi, I love Messi, but Dino was that dude, man. Like, Dino was that flipping dude, man, because it's just the way he just played the game, man. Like, the way that Dino played that game was just crazy. That's why it is so interesting when we try to decide who is the greatest player of all time. Who is the greatest player of all time? But yeah, guys, I remember, so to round this off, I'll probably say this more in like another video and everything, but let me type this in. Download this app. This is a bloody good film app. I've put it in the chat. Just go to Google Play Store or the iTunes Store, and I've typed it in. Curator. Bloody good movie app. It's free, so you don't have to pay anything. And it's, if you're really into movies, it's a great way of like, getting stuff. It has no viruses, bro. Trust me. I told you, it is HH verified. It has no viruses whatsoever. Just go there, download it. It's free of charge, and it's if you're into movies, it's a great thing to have, man. But guys, as we round off, man, Chelsea, man. Does have no. It has no ads, no ads whatsoever. It has no ads, no viruses, no paywall, no ads, no nothing. It's completely and not utterly free. I'll type it in again, man. So I'm typing it in now. Just type this in, so either Google Play Store or thinking, because basically I'm just, because the guy that's made it, I've sort of like, partnering with him with it, so I have it, and it's a bloody good app. So for Chelsea, I'm just not. Zad can't do it on his own, man. If Arsenal don't win that final, armed with both Aubameyang and Lacazette, I have no idea. Like, I believe that the final, the Super Cup is going to be Arsenal versus Chelsea. No, so Arsenal versus Liverpool. I think Arsenal Liverpool is going to be the Super Cup. I just, it's not reverse psychology, bro. I'm saying right now, it is not reverse psychology. I just believe that Aubameyang and, like I said, what they did to Valencia was scary. Arsenal beat Valencia in both legs. Valencia beat those dudes. And Valencia beat those dudes in the final of the Copa del Rey. So maybe are Arsenal better than Barcelona? Also, sorry. So before, also, I know I even forgot. So is Ramos going to? Yeah, I am Nigerian, man. Well, what the hell? I've always been Nigerian. Ramos is he going to China? If Ramos goes to China, man, I'm gonna look at him differently, bro. I'm sorry, because if he goes to a United, a Bayern Munich, frame everything. If this dude goes to United, which would be purely for money, bro, you ruined your career. You ruined your career. Like, Casillas was forced out, but even if he was forced out, he went to FC Porto, which is still a big club. If you not go to China, you're only going to China, baby, because you want to just get cash. And I'll be very shocked for a World Cup winner, Euro winner, to go to China. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. That's no. I mean, but I'm just shocked that even Ramos wants to leave. Like, why do you want to leave? Like, something must have happened. But you know what I think, that maybe it's a similar thing to Messi, that he thinks that the club is just being run in the wrong way. But even deeper, maybe him and Zidane are not seeing eye to eye. So maybe they're not seeing eye to eye at all. But why is this guy saying Lagos? What's happening in Lagos? Obalende. Let's see if somebody died. Nigerians know that reference. Obalende. I'm riding. Like, for me, my prediction, my score prediction, I'm looking at 3-1 Arsenal. That's my prediction. Arsenal, Arsenal. And again, we're going to do the preview for Liverpool Tottenham. I think Liverpool beat Tottenham 3-1 as well. I just don't see or understand how basically for me, I just can't see how Tottenham beats Liverpool. I just don't. And people say, oh, crazy things can happen, a shocking thing can happen, it can be a surprise. Yeah, blah blah blah. I just don't see it happening. That's my thing. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see a situation in which Tottenham can defeat Liverpool. Liverpool are winning that game, and the Super Cup is going to be between Liverpool and Arsenal. Hazard, all we can do is have hope. Hey, guys, peace out, stay true. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live chat between me and Devil. We start from 7 p.m. Me and Devil live chat along for the final. Peace out, stay true. Peace.